Welcome to the Dimp Digital Podcast. We're on episode number 70, and this time we've got myself, Apps, Adkins and Hall. Gents, how we doing?
New dream team.
The real dream team, they say.
That is what the group says. I mean, we can't keep calling every combination a dream team. Though. We need to think. We need to have new names. I reckon, like we show for, we've got the dream team, then you've got the A team, then another team.
Team Supreme.
Well, that's a good one. There you go. Happy with that, Adkins?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Team Supreme are here, and this is actually the first time we've had this rather volatile combination on the podcast. The achievement hunting rivals are in the house together. And ladies and gentlemen at home, you probably can't feel this, but I can feel the tension. I can cut it. It is almost like Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz. These two do not like each other, but I think you're going to put your bad blood aside just for the sake of this podcast and for you guys at home. We can't properly start what we was going to do without addressing this rivalry. So we had Hall rocking up a couple of weeks ago, flapping his gums about all the achievements he's been getting. But Adkins, you've arguably, this is what people have been saying in the comments, you've had bigger fish to fry. You've been on the platinum hunt, trophy hunting, the PDC of gaming accolades compared to Hall's BDO Xbox achievements. If you don't know what that reference is, and if you're in America you definitely don't, it's basically two darts organisations. The BDO's all the pub players and PDC's top of the game, sort of big daddy ones.
Professionals.
Yeah. Well, Adkins, would you say you're actually a convert to the trophies rather than GameStore? Because you have both consoles now, so you've got no excuse not to be doing this. So have you shifted gears?
I prefer the trophies. I was having a really good think about this today.
Do you know it's going to come up?
Yeah, I did think this actually, and I really like getting a platinum trophy. I'm surprised that Xbox haven't done it when you get you could get like a golden G or something.
Well, like a reward for fully getting all the cheats. So if you
the golden G.
Good work, GG, Triple G, boxing, all sorts kicking off tonight.
I was thinking, but I really do like the platinum trophy thing. Because once you get that 1,000, you're like, right, get the last achievement. It's done.
That is true. He has got a point there, Hall. There is very little payoff apart from sending a screenshot around going, that says 1,000. And to be honest, Hall, I think we've seen a lot of your screenshots you've been sending us. They're on like 970, 960, 950. You're always like one or two away, two like ridiculous ones. I think if there was a little carrot dangling at the end of it, like a little whatever, like a platinum trophy, you might feel the need to go and get that and chase it because it's like another reward for you.
But usually the ones that I miss out are ones that are just bent, like play the game for 40 hours. No, I'm not just going to leave my Xbox running for the sake of leaving it running just to get an additional 40G.
I've definitely done
electricity is free.
Yeah, exactly. Because we've all done it in the past. Yeah. But I can't do it for every game that I'm playing. And like I've just finished Goat Simulator, which took me to...
already? That only came out.
It came out 2 days ago.
Yeah, it took me 2 hours.
Wow. Is it that easy?
I'm on 970G, and the last one is for getting to basically there's a game within a game. Yeah. And you remember Flappy Bird that came out on the iPhone? It's that within the game.
Oh my god!
It's called Flappy Goat, and you got to get to 10. You got to get to 10. It's impossible. I've probably out of that 2 hours, I probably spent an hour trying to do that. Probably took me an hour to get 970, and then another hour, and I still haven't got this. So I just went, "Fuck you, I ain't doing it."
Speaking of Flappy Bird, whilst I was at work once, they were trying to do this like big push, saying, let's try and
stop fucking about at work.
No, well, you'd think that. It was like let's make it a little bit more fun, so you're not all want to shoot yourselves at the end of the day. So they created a Flappy Bird equivalent for people to go and waste time on. And they gave some of the cunts a reward for topping the leaderboard for not doing work. And honestly, some of the bloke scores were mental, and I thought he must have sat there for a good 3-4 hours.
Yeah, people have just sat there and grinded away at it.
It was unbelievable, and I thought, what on earth is going on? How is that kicked off? Flappy Birds is no more, and Nor's Goaty Bird, or whatever you just called it, Flappy Goat. But back to the old... I know we discussed this a couple of weeks ago with Hall, but it's good to get Adkins' perspective because... he seems to have shifted away from achievements in favour of the trophy system. Now, this begs the question. There is this race to 100. Hall is trying to chase down your record, Adkins, currently on Xbox Gamer Score. Is he actually in a one-man race at the moment? Is that it? Is he? Have you just resigned the fact he's gonna overtake that? He's gonna get the 100k. He's gonna get all the girls, the drugs, everything. It's all gonna come flood through him, and you're gonna be left like a washed-up loser.
No.
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 Goat Simulator has been got tonight, and I'll be doing that in 2 hours.
If it takes 2 hours, I'm going to give that a good crack.
You shouldn't.
I've got no plans this weekend. I'm just going to sit in my pants and achieve them.
That was a trade secret there, Hall. You've blown that by.
It's really backfired for me, hasn't it?
But now I've got plans to go through all of the Halos with my little brother. So
nice.
So that's on my. I've still got Gears to. Well, fucking Borderlands has been binned, isn't it? Cheers.
No,
that's still
happening. That is happening.
Look, we knew it weren't going to be all one unit. It was going to be splintered out at some point. We've only done 2 sessions, the truth is, and the session we done without you, Adkins, was about 40 minutes, if that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well.
Look, we will catch up and do that. Trouble is, we say we'll catch up and do that, but Overwatch has come out. So I know we've all got it. All 3 of us have Overwatch. I spent quite a while on the beta. I haven't actually played it yet because I was going to play it last night, but you know, it is these days. You pop the game in and it's install jobby for the evening, so you don't get a chance to actually play the fucker. But Overwatch has been doing very well. 7 million users so far, so you can equate that to probably that amount of sales as well. I mean, there might be a few duplicates in there, some mad bastards. I don't know what they're up to, but it's doing very well, and it's scored very well in the reviews itself. Now, might as well address the main issue, and it's one that will keep coming up time and time again when games do this. There is no campaign in this game, no single player component. You need to be logged onto the internet, so if that's down, Overwatch is unplayable. Hall, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is it a problem for Overwatch not to have this?
Nah. It's Blizzard, isn't it? They don't really do single players. Well, like when you look for a lot of Blizzard's games, or their popular ones at least, like Warcraft, League of Legends, Hearthstone, you know, all of those bits and pieces, they're online things. They're things to play with friends. So I don't think it's. Don't get me wrong, it's always nice, but I don't think it's missing.
You're fine with that. You don't give a toss.
I haven't got a problem with it. Yeah, I'm not sat at home thinking, God, I really wish I had a campaign to play through. I'm quite happy with the game as it is.
Wow.
Personally.
What about you, Adkins? I know you're a sucker for a good story. Yeah. And you've been playing on PC, so you've split it away again. So even
the real big dick.
He's put it on his fucking rig, isn't he? An unbelievable turn of events. But yeah, what does that bother you at all when you bought the game? You thought, well, it has to be on the internet, otherwise I can't play this. And if Freddy down the road isn't online, am I going to play it?
Yeah, it was a big deciding. I did this. I'm in an iron for about a good week whether to do it because previous 2 games, Titanfall and Battlefront, I've got them both. And then 2 weeks after, I'm like, cool, I'm done with this. That's it.
Well, your Battlefront's the template, isn't it? Because not everyone bought that, but quite a few of you guys bought that. And as far as I know, it got binned after 3 weeks tops. I have to do a quick correction, Hall. League of Legends is not Blizzard, it's Heroes of the Storm. And you should know that because Piper was waffling on about it in those groups. So
that's poor from me.
Both MMOs, obviously, but MMOs, got myself blown that fucking mobile. Absolutely chucked it. Anyone who any sort of credibility we had has been flushed away because I've tried to correct it and immediately made a mistake. So that's the end of that. Now we go back onto this campaign issue.
Yeah.
You both say disappointing, but we'll get over it. You will play it and whatnot. The thing that really bothers me, it's not so much that it's not that I want it for. It is for selfish reasons. It is. It's not that, I'm an offline player, I want to have a single player experience. That's not really part of it. If I look at what Battlefront could have been, and I think what Overwatch could do, and what Blizzard could do with those characters in a campaign setting, it breaks my heart almost to know they're not going to do it. Like, we've seen the animated shorts that Overwatch have been doing. I don't know if you've watched any of those. They're about 7 minutes long. Each character's like fleshed out little backstory. And I just think, why is this not in the game? They've spent a lot of money building these cinematics and these shorts, why are they not using this as a platform inside the game to flesh this world out even further? It's so interesting, and there's so many things they could do with it. Just little short campaigns for each of the characters, something. That's my problem with it, is that I feel like they're missing a trick. It's not that I want a single player, but it's that they could do something really, really good with this, and it's a botherance that it's not there.
Yeah, the lore is awesome.
Well, what lore? How can you get lore when you're getting your head taken off by Hall from 30 yards?
Yeah, the little in-game, well, not in-game actually, the comic book you get with it.
Well, I didn't get a fucking comic book.
Is
it in the game, is it?
PC Master Race only then.
Not an actual comic book.
Nah, one of them fucking virtual ones, isn't it?
All right, probably can find it then. Yeah, but do you know what I mean though? Like that. The multiplayer arena doesn't make sense because.
I know what you mean.
Two of the same characters fighting. It's that sort of bollocks. I just feel like they could have done. It annoys me the stories that are missing out on.
I think depending on the success of Warcraft, I think they might push for a animated movie or something.
What, for Overwatch?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's so Pixar-like, and it with these little videos, animation videos, and it's so high class that I think depending how Warcraft does, and they've got their name as an actual movie maker, then they could potentially make a film or maybe
a fucking game. How expensive? They said we didn't have time for it. We ain't got money. It's far more expensive to build a freaking film than it is to just put 5 hours of campaign in. It does annoy me. It's just the stories they could do. They're good at this stuff. I've seen the stuff they've done just in 7 minutes for each of these characters is amazing.
Yeah.
Annoying. Hall, have I got anywhere near convincing you there? You're still not bothered?
Don't care. Don't give a fuck. Couldn't give a shit about them. I judge characters by how they look, and then I just want to play the game and kill people. I haven't watched any of these little cartoony craps that you're talking about. Couldn't give a shit. God. Get me in the game, get me leveled up, get me achievements. Job done.
The thing is, you don't even level up in this, really, do you? You do, but
there is a leveling system.
Yeah, what do you get out of it, though? Fucking loot boxes.
Achievements, mate.
Wow.
Do you about the geezer that got to level 100? He played it for 13 hours a day.
How long?
Sick pop.
Is that the top level? Is it 100?
People are ill.
I don't think there is a cap.
Oh, is it? There's not a cap.
That's gonna get out of hand.
There must be an achievement cap though, which is what Hall will be looking at.
50. Yeah. Already looked.
Oh, is it? There's Hall's target then. Enough of the campaign. It's not there. It probably won't be there. I just feel it's a great chance to use some creativity and put some good stories in. Now we move on to how the game plays. I spent 5 hours in the beta. Very much enjoyed it even with Logan. I enjoyed it. That's how good it was because normally
that really sells a game.
Yeah, I mean, after half hour, Adkins, sometimes you think I've had enough of this, and it'll put you off a game because he's on it.
Yeah,
But I spent a whole 5 hours on it. People were throwing their phones around. Spent a whole 5 hours on it, and I really did enjoy it. And it's actually a game that I felt like I could go and play on my Todd and still enjoy it. Like, I wouldn't mind playing in a lobby with people I didn't really know or care for, just being a little healer, just running around doing that. And it's a bit like, you're anonymous, just doing that, helping people. You're not relying on kills. Can you see yourself playing this on your own, Mr. Adkins, considering you may not have a large section of friends that are on the PC Master Race that have got this at the moment?
No, mates.
I have been.
You have been?
This is a fucking message to Mr. David Salmon. Your fucking Battle.net user ID, mate. I've been bugging him for about 3 weeks. Saying, come on, ain't playing a fucking game. I'm on
really called him out.
Wow.
That's it. Salmon, mate, if you're listening, you're having a giggle, Sam.
Well, there you go, Sam. I know he does listen, so he will hopefully answer that call, and then it can be
called him out.
You two.
I texted him the other day, and he said, "Yeah, me and all my mates have got it."
Yeah.
No reply.
We got a full squad, mate. Cheers for your time.
Yeah. No time for rookies. Jesus H Christ. So, I mean, you've been playing your own, and are you enjoying it? I mean, how long can you carry on enjoying this realistically? Could it be indefinite?
They claim that it's going to be a bit of a sort of Street Fighter thing where they're going to be adding new content every now and again.
Yeah.
And I quite like that setup, to be honest, because of this sort, like with Titanfall, I played for 2 weeks, binned it. I had nothing to go back to with this. If they go, oh, we're just about to release a new character, then 3 weeks down the line, I might go, oh.
Yeah, pop it back on.
Oh, a new character.
You mentioned Street Fighter 5.
Fancy.
I wanted to talk about Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
Simply because that released. Splatoon did the same. That released. Light on content. Both. Overwatch. Arguably light on content. It's got only a couple of modes there. It's got, quite a few characters. Obviously 24, I think. There's 2 others. There's quite a few characters, I guess.
21.
21, there you go. A few maps as well to hand it out. But people do. The criticism is, it's a bit light on content, but we're still going to score it a 9. You think, oh, okay, fair enough. Street Fighter 5, on the other hand, that comes out. People go, it's the best. It's the best Street Fighter's ever been. The way it plays, it's beautiful. It's got the online lobbies there, which is what people are mainly there for. It's great. But it hasn't got a story, so we're going to give it a 6.
7 out of 10, yeah.
It did, and it suffered. I can't get my head around why Overwatch has managed to jump over this hurdle.
Yeah, that is
something like Street Fighter, and they're both, break them down. Who the fuck plays Street Fighter for the story, really? No one really. It is a competitive online game. It's got that there. And yeah, granted, Overwatch has got a few more characters, but why has it gotten away with it?
Blizzard.
Yeah,
that is that.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
That is a huge thing. People were jizzing their pants about Overwatch months and months and months ago.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we all dropped the ball a bit by not picking it in the gaming draft, which was a fucking heinous mistake. But people have been absolutely jizzing their pants about this. Like, any Blizzard product, people are going to go absolutely nuts for. The fact that it's come out is it was initially aimed at the PC market, and they've gone, well, we'll bring it out on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and it's just done... Like, everyone, there's been so much hype surrounding it.
Yeah.
And those people that love Blizzard literally would lick the fucking shit off their shoes. They love that company. They don't give a fuck. Like, Blizzard could release the worst game in the fucking universe and it would get fucking rave reviews. And because their stuff is always picked up on esports as well. Like, I know Street Fighter is as well, but it's nowhere near. Like, look at the amount of Twitch streamers that stream Blizzard games. Yeah. Like, Overwatch has jumped to the number two watched game on Twitch last month. Yeah. And it's just like, people love it, don't they? People absolutely go nuts for it.
Capcom have taken a bit of a bullying. Well, they deserve. It's a deserved bullying, to be fair, with fucking Resident Evil and all the microtransactions and stuff. So
that's interesting. So Hall was saying Blizzard have, people lick the shit off their shoe, which I think, is
great quote.
And people are a bit down on Capcom. You're right to say because of Resi 6 and other things that they've done. Do you think that the reputation of the publisher or the developer does play into how a game is reviewed within, it's supposed to be an impartial media, but let's be face it probably. Do you think that's actually a factor in this?
What I do is, I think a lot of people turn their nose down at Ubisoft.
Oh yeah.
The Creed game comes out, you go,
really
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little bit of that racism.
No, there definitely
body fascism.
is.
That's what that is.
Well, I mean, you've only got when you look at Nintendo games. Like, if Splatoon had come out on the Xbox One, I don't think it would have got anywhere near the reception that it did. But because it was released for a Nintendo console, I think that bumped it up a lot. And people went, oh, but that's because there's so much shit on the Nintendo consoles. I mean, you look at Mario games, always get rave reviews.
Yeah.
And Zelda games as well. They all go nuts for them.
They're all good games, though.
They are very good games. Don't get me wrong. They're excellently well finished. But they always seem to do a little bit better than an equivalent. I mean, you take some of the Rayman games, which have been excellent games, but they never do quite as well as their Mario counterpart.
Okay, Ubisoft.
Because it's Ubisoft, and people go, ugh.
I think you're right. I think there is some sort of snobbery in certain developers and publishers that people are ready to write stuff off, or if they've got an agenda with them, they'll won't look on stuff favourably. I didn't like their other stuff, so I won't like this. I'll definitely look at that. And if you look at something like Naughty Dog, they can't do any wrong.
No.
I'm sure that there are people out there that played Uncharted and thought, what is the fuss all about here? But pretty much every review, apart from that one rogue one in the Washington Post, has given it a high score. And you do wonder whether that's the reputation of The Last of Us carrying over and helping boost that up, because it got all hyped up. Everyone was stirred up about it. Bang, bang, and when it comes out, it delivers, and people just go, game of the year, bang, like Adkins was.
Gosh.
Yeah. I mean, look at a good example of it, given what the games that have currently come out. Look at 2K and Battleborn. Now, Battleborn is incredibly similar to Overwatch. It is a very, very similar game.
Individual characters.
But no one gives a shit. But everyone's gone, Battleborn? What a load of dog shit. None of us have even played it.
Spoiler.
It doesn't matter, because everyone just went, well, we're going to get Overwatch instead, aren't we?
Spoiler
Obviously.
incoming.
Go on.
Big spoiler. Battleborn has a campaign.
Oh.
Huh?
And it's still got fucking slated.
Yeah.
In comparison to...
It's already gone down in price.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Poor little bastards. Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, that was essentially written off. And you wonder if you just swap the label of Blizzard and 2K and Gearbox and go, right, now they actually did Battleborn, what would be getting the hype in the lead up? I do think you're both right to point out there is some sort of favouritism there. And let's not be stupid. We've all got our favourites, haven't we?
Yeah, of course.
We've all got our favourite developers, you know. People are always going to go back to those guys, and until they really cut your dick off, you probably will, you know, you'll go back to them until they burn your ass badly. It's just one of those things that you have, but, you know, it's odd to see it in the media where, you know, people take these reviews as gospel, unfortunately. I don't think anyone should take any reviews as gospel, especially our ones, for a start.
Wow.
But they are there just a translated opinion of the game. And who was it? Polygon, who didn't even finish playing Star Fox Zero.
No, can't be bothered with it.
Yeah, just got so annoyed with it when I ain't finishing that, so I didn't get a review score. You just think, come on.
Try.
That is your job, I think. Yeah. I'm assuming you're getting paid for this.
Yeah. Could you imagine just like get halfway through your day and go, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm late. I ain't doing it anymore. I've had enough of that.
I did leave early today, but it was a slow day. But it's a little bit different. There was nothing to do. He had a goal to set. But yeah, I mean that is an interesting point. I mean, you both said it's a good game though. I mean, you can't really deny that it's he's getting high.
He's very entertaining.
He's very entertaining.
He's enjoyable, isn't it?
Yeah. The only thing that's really got up my nose severely, and this honestly, PC Master Race are about to really cackle their dicks off here. Now, you can buy a version on Battle.net, can't you, Adkins? Just a standard Overwatch version called Overwatch. What is it? How much is it? $34.99?
$29.99.
$29.99. So it's £30.
One I paid.
That's £30 UK. Okay, that's the standard edition. That comes with no skins, no bollocks, just the game, which is what most people want. If you want to buy that version on the PlayStation or the Xbox One, you can't because that doesn't exist. So what they did to make sure that everyone was paying the minimum amount for a console game, which is standardised about £44.99.
Oh, you get the Origins edition.
You get the Origins edition, which comes with, from what I can see, I actually undid it today. I put the code in. I get Widowmaker skin. Claim that. Okay, cool. Great. I've claimed that. I actually used the little code on the Connect, so well done, Connect. Saved me typing the number in. I then had another voucher, or whatever you want to call it, come with it. Claim your Origins edition digital goodies. Didn't have one of those codes, one of those little marks on it, QV or whatever they're fucking called. QR code. I tried to type the bastard in 4 times. It wasn't working. Looked on the back, realised that it actually isn't for Overwatch, it's for other Blizzard games.
Oh yeah, they love doing that. So they love doing that.
So you claim digital goodies for World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, StarCraft 2 and Diablo 3. So I have not gone on to Battle.net to do that. I have one game out of those there, which I've actually traded in, so it's not going to get used. So actually, I've had to pay an extra £15 for a Widowmaker skin.
What about the Origin skin? There's like 5 of them.
Oh, well, I don't know. I ain't got any code for it, mate. That's all I had in the box. In any case, this has really pissed me off. The fact that they've almost forced. Well, they forced every console game to buy the Origins edition. They go, you got £15 worth of DLC. I don't want it, and it's not worth that.
That is entirely Xbox and PlayStation, though. That ain't Blizzard, because that's one thing that I must admit Blizzard are actually quite good at. But that is the consoles saying, well, you need to charge a bit more than that.
Really?
What can we add in for free? Yeah, I don't think a huge amount of that's Blizzard. I think Blizzard probably makes enough out of the microtransactions within the game to not worry about that.
I'm not sure, Hall. I think they couldn't be. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It does make sense because it means everyone who wants to play on console pays an extra £15, which equates to just under $30 in America. If you wonder what the translation is, and I don't know if you think that, great. But I honestly think that either Blizzard didn't want to do it on console, or they just knew.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of it as well.
They know that console gamers are used to paying the £44.99, the $60, whatever you want to call it, and they thought, well, you know what? PC gamers aren't going to pay that. Let's be honest, Adkins, you're not buying this for £45, would you? You wouldn't have bought it.
Not a chance.
Not a chance in hell.
I was gonna, but I was looking at it. It's £39 on CD keys. But like I said, I just looked at the material and thought, I ain't paying that.
Yeah, so that's the Origins difference. So, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I think all they've done is looked at the market, gone, well, PC gamers not accustomed to paying over £35 really for a new release. 30 is probably the mark people are looking at. Console gamers, they don't really give a shit. What we'll do is we'll pretend like there's only this edition, well, there's edition they can get, but it's getting £15 extra worth of content. And the reality is that there's not enough there.
Yeah, I think it's just the cost of transferring it over onto console, because you got to remember as well that a lot of Blizzard, all Blizzard stuff, it doesn't run through, say, Steam or anything. So there's no expense they're having to pay to Steam to host their games or whatever. It's all done through Battle.net, which they obviously own.
True.
So, I'd be surprised that I don't know. Maybe I'm being.
You're down licking the shit off their shoe.
Mate, I fucking love Blizzard. All right, leave me alone.
I would believe that, but the fact they've got a cheaper version on the PC, which is just all it is a stripped down version with no skins. They could have done it. They could have done it. It's nothing about. It's just that they didn't want to. And you look at something like Ratchet and Clank, which came out on the PlayStation 4. That retailed at about £32, so you could buy it for £30 on release date. Why? It does work on console. That's sold really well. It's got really good reviews, and I just can't see why they wouldn't do this. It feels like a real kick in the bollocks. I don't want the one skin that I've got, or the Origins loot boxes or whatever. I'd have been really happy with just getting the base game. £30. I thought, you know what? It hasn't got a campaign. I don't know how long I'm going to play this for. £30 isn't that big a deal. Instead, it's £45. It's a full release. I've got fucking The Witcher sitting there, the same price. 80 odd hours sitting in that, single player only, obviously. It just really got up my nose that there was not an option there for me to opt out of the bullshit and not pay as much. That is what I was going to say. Now, final bit on Overwatch. Mr. Hall, will Overwatch have the legs to keep you interested for an extended period of time after, say, you get your achievements that you're after? Oh, is it going to be is this now just an achievement hole for you, or could it be a game you actually might enjoy for once?
The achievements on it are sufficiently difficult that I will get aggravated with it and won't get many of them, I think. Okay. They're all quite time consuming, so I haven't bought it with the intention of it being an achievement hunting game. It will see a lot of play from me, I think, whilst the hype's still there and whilst we're all still on it. I think I'll play it quite a bit because I enjoy the game and I enjoy the gameplay of it. It's not got the frustrations of like Call of Duty where you're constantly worried about your kill-death ratio and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could see it being played quite a bit. I know that obviously Adkins has been playing a bit on his own. The thing that frustrates me about it is because it's so objective based as a game. If you're not, if you get paired up with people who are just fucking morons and they make a big thing out of choosing the right characters in it. Like, you've got to have different sets of characters. You can't all choose the same person because you just won't get anywhere. And yeah, I don't know. I worry that if we don't get time when we're a lot, I'll be surprised if I play it a huge amount on my own. I'll play it quite a bit, but not. It's more of one to play with friends, I think, rather than on your Todd.
Yeah. What about you, Mr. Adkins? You are on your own, loner. Dave Salmon shunned the invite into his big group of Billy friends. Is this going to have the legs, or is it going to drop off like a Battlefront and you're going to go, well, that was actually a bit of a blowout? Could it be another Titanfall?
Could be. It all depends on Salmon.
Is that what it's coming down to?
It's on you, Salmon.
I have got a mate who I'm playing it with, Daniel, my good friend Daniel.
Mr. Clark.
That's him, and we're playing it tonight, actually. So
well, you're not going to be on here another 2 hours, so you better tell him and say you'll be late.
So, depending on how keen he is, but if it was down to my own, I think this will be another fucking Battlefront. I'll be done with it as soon as another game comes out. But I don't know, because then like I said, when the content comes out, if they bring out another character in a couple of weeks, I'll go, ooh, and have another little session, I reckon.
Piece of candy.
Is that so? What do you guys want to see out of this? Say that they are going to support this, all maps and characters and shit. They said it's going to be free, which is great. No bollocks to do. The only microtransactions are for the cosmetics, which is good. There's no game changing stuff in there. Hall, what would you like? What would they need to do to keep you interested? Is it a case of bunging out the character every quarter and a few maps, or do they need to add modes? What do they need to do to keep this going on? Because my assumption is this is not them just to bung it out for 1 year and then hope it sells well for 3 months and then bin it. They want to keep this going and keep the momentum going, like they do with all their games. They're really good at keeping their games interesting.
Yeah, I don't think, from my personal point of view, like for me, I don't think there's going to be a huge amount that they can add that will kind of keep me coming back. If they said we're going to add another 10 maps, I'd be like, well, all right. I think there's a sufficient amount of maps that it doesn't get too much horrendous repetitiveness as it is. So, and new characters, it's fun, but there's 21 there to choose from in the first place. And the games are 10 minutes long. You're not going to play. Like, I generally play 3 or 4 games with one character, and then I might move on or something, or I might change between 2 in a game.
Yeah.
But I don't think they need to add loads. I mean, I'd like to see them. Like, one of the things that I liked about, say, like the Gears of War Online, is they have a competitive side as well, where even if they introduce like a seat or Hearthstone,
coming in June, mate,
have a ranked season.
Right.
So
competitive mode is supposedly coming.
If that's the case, I think that'll work brilliantly. Just have it like month by month. You work your way up to a rank, and then you get a reward at the end of the month, and then it resets. That gives you the incentive to go back and play it again, and do it so that the top fucking however many people get like invited to a tournament or something, or they do an online esports tournament. That's what Blizzard are good at. Stick to what you're good at, and make it available for a game which they clearly want to invest in.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. They do that very, very well indeed. Mr. Adkins, what can they do for you?
For me personally, big characters. I think I'm not really bothered about maps. Game modes would be good, but there's only something you're shooting people. There's not really much more you can do.
Races.
Piper will do his nut. Doesn't like races.
Characters, I think the characters are so diverse in this that when you do play, you have to change how you're playing every time you change the character.
Yeah.
I think adding a new one, that will go, ooh, a piece of candy.
Yeah. You might go back to it. Yeah, they've done well with the characters. They're all very interesting to play. They're all very different. Just a shame we can't actually have any context to why they're doing all this, isn't it? So let's move on out of that before I lose my rag again. Doom. It's been out a few weeks. And we was meant to cover this a few weeks ago. That's when Adkins let us down again. So more Conor McGregor antics from him. Mr. Hall, before we get... Mr. Adkins has got this. He's played a few hours. Before we get his thoughts on it, you were sniffing around this, Hall.
Yeah.
Doom reboot, and you was like, I'll probably get Overwatch and Doom. Gave it all the big one, like you always do. Puffed your chest out once a month. Say you're going to get this, get that. You got one of them, but Doom is yet to be looked at. What's going on there? Has Goat Simulator got you by the goalies that you want to go back and play that some more?
No, I am going to almost... Well, I hope that I get Doom. I snapped my bank card by accident, literally, whilst I was paying for Overwatch. And it was only because Doom was sold out on the day that I didn't buy both of them then and there.
Sold out?
Yeah, I know.
You're kidding.
Outrageous, doesn't it? Mate. Let down.
I don't shit for games at the minute. What's going on with them?
I don't know, mate. I don't work there anymore, so
go back.
Can't comment.
Aston, if you're listening, where's your gaming stock?
Yeah, they were sold out of Doom, so I couldn't get it on the same day, and then I snapped my bank card, taking it out of the chip and pin reader. Yeah. So I've been without a bank card for the last week and a half, so I've not been able to buy it. But yeah, I do want to get it. I think the online multiplayer for it looks fucking ridiculously good.
So you're interested in it?
It reminds me of sort of Quake come Unreal Tournament style, fast-paced, just absolutely frantic. I think it looks fucking brilliant. I'm not so sure about the campaign, but I'm sure it's worth a playthrough. So yeah, it's definitely piqued my interest, and I do want to get it. It's a case of how much Overwatch saps me, to be honest.
Yeah, that is almost the opposite to what most people have been saying. Yeah. Most people have been saying campaign, average, sorry, not campaign good. Campaign good, because all campaigns are good, and multiplayer a little bit average. That's what's been said, so that could be a real flip for you if you do get it. Is that an accurate representation of it since you've got the fucking game, Adkins?
Yeah, definitely. I've not even touched the online since the beta. Yeah. But all of it just looks like Halo to me. I'm sure it's fine, but, you know.
They had a different developer come in and do the multiplayer.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a completely different. I like the idea of that snap map. I ain't tried that yet, but that looks interesting.
That's meant to be a real clunky mess. But again, I don't know why I'm filtering other people's comments in, but I like to just shut people down.
Mix it up.
Yeah, just to sort of cause a bit of a stir and put people off things. But so you've played a lot. You've played mostly with the campaign then.
Yeah, I've stuck a good 4 hours in, I think.
Nice.
No, yeah, just over 4. Sorry. Yeah. And yeah, that is the sole reason why I bought it for, because it does just look badass.
Yeah, it's meant to have a meaty campaign there. Is the campaign any good though? Because sometimes in these, it is.
Yeah, it's real good. Yeah, it's more story orientated than any previous Doom.
Right.
Definitely.
Excellent.
Interesting. It keeps you hooked as well. But yeah, there's little elements in it that, like, there's a bit of platforming in it that I've never been in a Doom game.
No.
And it is just straight. Literally, you get a gun within like 5 seconds of the game, and it's just non-stop. Yeah. Balls out, sticking them in
violence.
Now.
Yeah.
Absolute blasting your way to hell. It's awful. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Some people have compared this to kind of like a Metroid game because of the way the map's structured and that you actually kind of unlock bits and pieces you go through. It seems like, you know, a lot of people immediately see this and go, it's a violent shoot, it's just going to be a mess, but it's actually got quite a bit of structure and interesting discoveries to make along your travels. Is that an accurate comment?
That is, yeah. There's loads. There's a lot of replayability on this game, to be fair, with the amount of sort of secrets you can find. Yeah, there's all these different little collectibles you can get and runes and yeah, it's quite a lot, but yeah, I can definitely see that, especially as you unlock abilities, like you get double jump later on in the game.
Ah, right, so then you can go back through the map. There's areas that you couldn't access before. That's very Metroid-like. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the progression works, but having played a bit of Metroid Prime, that sounds like bang on. And also, look at the map. I saw a video of the map, and that is, you know, ripped straight out of there. It sounds like they've done a good job of this thing. They've got some good, solid, you know, old school fast gameplay, and it's got a bit of story to it, and you know, it's not just room to room. There's some hidden stuff in there for you to discover if you want to go out your way.
No, that's an accurate description. I'm just trying to have a look and see at what it's sitting at now on the Metacritic.
On the Metacritic, yeah, it's actually done a lot better than I thought. I had to be honest. Before it had come out, I said I played the old the beta, and after that I'd written it off. I was like, that's going to be garbage because they've shown us the beta. The beta didn't thrill me at all. And we've seen nothing of the campaign, which means they're hiding it because it's shit. Turns out, it sounds like it's the opposite.
85% out of 54 reviews.
It's very good for a game that was written off by not just me, but many others, and that is a good score. And it's one that I'm definitely picking up. Once this Witcher 3 business is out of the way, plus the DLC, that will clear a massive jam in my life, and I'll be able to concentrate on getting something new. It's probably going to be Ratchet and Clank or Doom next, so it's going to be out of those two. But I'm looking forward to this. It's getting some positive vibes. I think it's going to. I probably won't. And you know what? I might not even touch the multiplayer. It sounds like the campaign is like 8 to 15 hours, depending on how you play it, which shows you the scope it's got if you want to, you know, find everything it's got to offer. And it doesn't. It looks to me like it doesn't play like any other shooter that's out there. Not that's out there now anyway. Like,
it's really fast.
Yeah, circles strafing round. You've got to keep on your toes.
You've got to keep moving, haven't you? There's no standing still and aiming. You aim right. But that's Doom, isn't it? I mean, it's like the old Dooms, isn't it? It was a lot of strafing side to side, and I'm glad they kept that aspect.
Forgot the fucking glory kills. That is a game changer. That's fucking.
Oh yeah.
Is that like the melee finishes? Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
When people are glowing, you can go in and punch them and fucking do like a super finisher.
And what I've heard is that gives you extra ammo and health back.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. Cause you're constantly losing health and you're low on ammo. And the more brutal the kill, the more sort of rewards you get from an enemy. It's a really cool way of doing it. Is there what?
Is there any risk to doing that, or is it?
Well, you got to get up close.
You got getting up in their face, and against the big dudes that can be a bad one. But But no, it's not too bad. I reckon on fucking hard mode it would be though. I bet that.
Yeah.
On Insane Nightmare,
Yeah, I've heard there's like one person that's completely, like, very few people have done Insane Nightmare, but there's the sick puppies out there that have done it. And
permadeath as well, isn't it?
is it?
Yeah, on Nightmare.
You're
it is,
joking.
yeah. One life, that's it.
Oh my god, that is.
But there are
sick
throughout
joke.
the game, there are like little stations where you can fill up your health and stuff, but they are very far and few between. So yeah, that's killer.
I didn't realise it's permadeath. That is sick now.
On that one it is. Yeah.
Fuck that. Oh, no way am I doing that. But dude, yeah, it's hopefully, we'll be playing that, and I'm looking forward to that. I think it's a bit of a sleeper considering all the bad shit it was getting before it was even out, and I was part of that as well. So I'm actually happy that it's doing well, because it means that I can enjoy something. It's like a little surprise for me now. It's like a little bonus, because I'd already given up on it. But excellent stuff. Next point, not game specific stuff, more around just general news. We now have mods have now appeared on Fallout 4 on the Xbox One edition of the game. Mods are coming to the PlayStation 4 next month apparently, although I don't know how soon that will actually be. Adkins, I'm primarily a console gamer. I've got the PC here. It plays a few games. I really don't tend to dabble with mods.
No.
For whatever reason, I'm not sure what it is. But is this a big deal for console games? Because you're on both sides of the fence. Will this be a big deal to some people in giving these sort of games longevity?
These sort of games, definitely, yeah. Bethesda games specifically, I think these are where the mods are at. I'm with you. I don't touch a game until I'm finished with it, because I want to see what the game is like, what the developers set the game to be. I don't want to tamper it. But it is, you can make games. Like I still dabble now and again on Skyrim, just because some of the mods that come out are so fun. You can play with it. It does just change the game sometimes. You're just playing with fucking Thomas the Tank Engine flying around your head. It's fucking awesome. But
sounds like Goat Simulator.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It is awesome. But that coming to consoles, that is good. One thing that is fucking annoying with mods is setting them up and stuff, and that you can fuck your game up, and then you have to fucking uninstall it and install it back in. It is a bit of a fucking faff on PC. Yeah. So with it coming to Xbox, it will be simplified, I think.
Salmon always says mods are not as difficult as everyone makes out.
I think it depends on the mod.
It depends on the game as well. Some heavily support and some actually have a mods.
Yeah, like you have you can
you load the game, just switch it on.
There's like bits on Steam where it's just like a downloadable patch almost, and it auto goes for you. But that's how it's going to be on Xbox One by the looks of things. There's just going to be a section within the Xbox One store where you can download mods and bits and pieces.
Yeah. I mean, if mods are more widespread on consoles, do you think you would have dipped in more to them by now, or is this not really your cup of tea when it comes down to gaming and giving a game that maybe you've already completed a little bit of extra life?
It's not something that has ever really sort of hugely appealed to me, but that said, I mean,
got Thomas the Tank Engine rolling around in Skyrim, so how can that...
See, that's the thing, like what you've got to remember about mods is, yes, there are mods like that where, or like on GTA 5, there's like fucking nightmare mode where you got planes crashing out the sky and all sorts, and we've got all these crazy ones, but there are a lot of mods, like for example on Fallout 4, there's things like the unofficial patch, which just fixes a load of bugs throughout the game. There's Snap and Build, which helps you build your settlement better.
Fuck, that game needs that.
Yeah, there's better dialogue options. You can get a power armor HUD thing.
Naked mod.
Improved maps. So there's all these things that essentially just improve the game. Yeah. So just little mods that don't do loads, but just are based on user feedback to help the game out. And in things like that, you know how it is when you're playing a game and there's just something niggly and it's just like, I fucking hate that about this game.
Yeah.
If it's just there to fix those type of things, I think that they're going to become hugely popular and hugely successful.
Yeah. My question to that is, and Adkins, you might know better, is that I know that there's a tool that Bethesda put out that you use to make the mods. It's like a creation tool, and they go, this is the same engine we use to create the game. the thoughts I always had about mods is that all the good ones are usually made outside of these restricted tools. They're kind of made by people who actually change the coding of the game, which I don't think are going to be necessarily available on the Xbox One, because you have to go through the Bethesda library, it has to be approved, all that sort of stuff. Do you think there's going to be a lot of stuff missing that PC games will get outside of this system?
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
Like the corrections, I'm not sure. Will Bethesda go, oh yeah, fix our game, makes us look shit, or will they?
Yeah.
Can you do that? My question, I guess, is can you do that stuff in the tool they've curated for people to drop mods on the Xbox One? If you go outside those boundaries, I'm sure you can do whatever you like. If you've got the skills, you can do it. But will this tool restrict what people can do and offer the things like Hall was mentioning?
I reckon he will.
Yeah?
I reckon so, yeah.
Everything that I've mentioned is a mod, by the way.
Yeah.
That is currently available.
What, so it's available on the Xbox One?
Yeah.
Is it?
Wow.
Yeah, every single one that I've just mentioned is a downloadable mod that's available on the Xbox One currently.
Even that
patch? Yeah, even the unofficial patch.
Wow.
Well, there you go. That answers the question.
There you go.
So that creation tool must have some bollocks behind it then.
Yeah, I mean,
do you know what I mean though? I thought initially it wouldn't be as what they said it would. You couldn't change certain bits of it, but maybe you can.
Well, I didn't think they'd have the capability to do that on Xbox.
You make.
Oh, sorry, up here on my fucking my golden throne of fucking PC Master Race. I didn't think the Xbox would have the power to do that. You snivelling peasants.
Well, here's the kicker. Here's the real kicker. You can only make the mods on PC.
Yeah, well, brilliant.
So you need to have Adkins has to make it for you.
Yeah, to allow me to play the game properly.
You have to get on your knees if you want that.
None of them are that big, but space-wise, I'm going to clog you up like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fucking yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Sony and Microsoft, for giving us 500 gigabytes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Useless tossers, aren't they? Anyway, move on. Take-Two. Obviously, GTA's publisher, Rockstar's publisher. Own it. They own Rockstar at the end of the day. One of their big cheeses have come out and said GTA Online must end at some point, and the franchise needs a break. That's not the exact quote, it's a paraphrase. It's a stolen headline from another site, which will not be named because I can't remember what it was. So I think it is obvious that GTA Online was going to end at some point, and they're not saying they're shutting it down next week. They've announced a fucking great big update coming very soon, so definitely not being broken off soon. I thought it would be a good time just to discuss Rockstar, GTA 5, and perhaps what we're going to get, hopefully, in a couple of weeks' time when it comes to E3. First off, GTA 5. I know, Hall, you didn't really play it properly. And by properly, I mean you played GTA Online with us and raced pretty much 95% of the time. I'm going to go to Adkins first of all, and then come back to you. That's the rationale behind it. So don't feel too heartbroken, because Adkins, you did play GTA 5. You played the nuts off it. Great game.
Brilliant game, yeah. I played it on 360.
Yeah.
Completed it, yep. And then I waited for the 2 years. Was it a year or 2 years later? 2 years later, I think it was, for the Master Race Glamorous Edition. With the intention of using it for mods, actually.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Mod deal.
It's one of them funny games, isn't it? To have a fucking Thomas the Tank Engine getting his knob out. But yeah, but my opinion on this is like, fucking hell, I can't, mate. It's been about 8 years since that's been out there.
2013, wasn't it? I can't.
Was it? Cool. 3 years. Yeah.
It does feel longer, and I'm not sure why that is. Oh, you had a light touch. You had got to play on the old last gen version on the Xbox 360. Was you as impressed as everyone else was? Because it was, that year it was The Last of Us and GTA 5 for Game of the Year.
Cool.
And sometimes Last of Us won, sometimes GTA 5 won. Could you see why it was getting given that?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic. It was an awesome game, and it was so big, and just the variety of bits and pieces that you can do on it. I can see why people love it as much as they do, and especially for PC gamers who, like Tom says, have got the mods and bits and pieces to keep yourself interested with it.
Yeah,
they're saying about it must come to an end.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be for a long, long time.
They're making some money just off that fucker.
Well, I mean, I think of it in terms of when the Halo 2 servers went off.
Probably about 3 weeks ago.
Well, and people were. The thing was, it was like Bungie came out and went, "Look,
stop playing that.
Yeah, enough of this." And people and they gave a finish date, and they said, "We'll let people finish their matchmaking that they're currently in. So once everyone's shut down, that's when it ends." And people deliberately left their Xboxes on for like another month and a half.
Just left it on,
just left it on looping to keep the servers alive because they didn't want to let them shut down the servers. So it's like stuff like that happens, and it all. I mean, like I say, I'll be surprised if we see GTA shut down before either another GTA game comes out, or within the next 5 years. I'll be surprised if it happens.
Yeah. Do you agree that franchise needs a break? They're saying that GTA people might be getting a bit stale on GTA because just GTA Online is this constant presence. People are honestly, I've sunk fucking 3 days into that bastard overall. Cool. Do you think they're worried that people will just keep playing, and then when GTA 6, if that was to be their next game, arrives, they're going to be a bit like, more of the same? Like, how can they get over that hump?
I think that they're probably, to be honest, from my point of view, I think they're saying that GTA 5 needs a break to give them a chance. I'll be very surprised if we don't see Red Dead Redemption 2 announced at some point. I think that's what, personally, I've got a hunch that might be what it's leading up to. I don't know if it necessarily needs a break. I don't feel like it's been rubbed in my face.
5 years.
Hugely so.
5.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. They do. They wait for quite a while, don't they? And it wasn't like they pump. It's not like the Assassin's Creeds.
No, it's a good thing.
Exactly. Or like any of the sports franchises that are an every year job. You know, they give people a chance. And the thing is, I think with GTA 5 at the minute, people are still doing so much for it. Like I say, especially on PC, and even on like the console versions. Like there's so much user created content and so many different bits and pieces that you can do. I don't feel like anyone's at the stage where they think it's getting stale and they need a new game to keep them interested. It's obviously still got the player base that that they're looking for. So I'll be surprised if we see another GTA within the next couple of years or so. I'm more inclined to suggest that we'll get a Red Dead 2 before too long.
Well, so this is it. So the rumour is that there's going to be a Red Dead sequel. That's the rumour. So actually, if you think about it this way, I think we had Red Dead Revolver, which wasn't as big a hit. Red Dead Redemption, which was the breakout game, which many people say is their favourite game, and because of the setting and whatnot. So this potentially could be Red Dead 3. It might be Red Dead Redemption prequel, depending on what they do. Anyway, it's going to be a new Red Dead game. It seems to be is what's rumoured. Adkins, is that what you want out of Rockstar? They've got a lot of fingers and a lot of pies. They've got a lot of studios.
Dirty buggers.
They are dirty bastards. You've got Bully out there. You've obviously got the Juggernaut GTA. Red Dead's another big one for those guys. Is that what you would like to see? LA Noire, but they co-developed that, didn't they? Those Australian bastards. I think they've shut them down as well.
LA shit.
I remember I spent 7 hours in that game. The day I got that game, I spent 7 hours non-stop from the first time I had it. Unbelievable. I was hooked on that.
Everyone raved about that.
I thought it was all right.
Actually, it's shit.
Did Hall play it?
Help me play it, actually.
Hall didn't play it, so he's just trying to get on my nose. I thought I quite liked it, but I like the Sherlock Holmes games, and there's one coming out next week. Actually, I like those sort of games, so it's a little bit different. But is a Red Dead what you want, or would you like to see them do something maybe new, or go to something like Bully? We're not going to get GTA 6. That's pretty much a guarantee. It's too soon. Is it free? Oh, mate, that ain't getting resurrected. Fucking had to cut back Manhunt 2, didn't they? Because of all the controversy. I had Manhunt 1. Not that great, if I'm honest.
But a bag of it, was it?
Yeah, it was a bit. It was. I mean, I was a teenager. I was loving it, but it wasn't a good game, mechanically. Answer the question: Red Dead or not?
Warriors 2. No, I want a motherfucking Red Dead game right now. I am gagging for that bad boy.
Why's that?
Or just a remake on the PC, I do, mate.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
It never came to the Master Race, did it?
Fucking
the throne, the kings, they did not get Red Dead Redemption.
That is what they are all squeezing their nipples for. Just please give it to me.
Will you be pissed off if they announce it and it says Xbox One, PS4, no mention of PC? Will that bother you?
It wouldn't bother me because I've got one, but
I'd love some feathers.
Yeah. Well,
Red Dead 2, console exclusive. Yeah. Job done.
That would, I don't think it would be exclusive, but I reckon it could be another jobby where it's like 18 months later you'll get it.
Yeah, I reckon that could be true, yeah. Like I say, it won't fuck me off because...
Wii U exclusive.
NX, wasn't it?
Vita.
Imagine that.
Oh, the Vita. Fucking hell, really cut down your market share.
Dirty bastards.
But, no, that's what I want, and give it to me now.
So you want that?
Fuck, that's all I want from E3.
You're after that. Hall, are you particularly fussed by what Rockstar do next?
Not desperate. I mean, I'd like a Red Dead. I loved Red Dead 1. It's one of the few Rockstar games where I actually played the whole campaign.
Me?
Yeah, completed that one.
Back with the Bad Boy one as well. So I can play
great.
One on the Xbox One, that'd be nice.
Yeah, great game. But, so I'd kind of like to see a Red Dead 2. I don't feel like we need another GTA just yet.
No, not at all.
So, I don't want another Bully. Bully was a bit
What?
Bully was alright.
Bully's a great game. Imagine Bully's an old game, so if you go and play it now, you'll go, fuck me, what are they talking about? But it's not toilet. If you imagine if they use the engine if they use the engine they had for GTA 4 and that they've used for Red Dead and they used for GTA 5, put that into Bully, then put all of the detail that they fit into a normal sized GTA game that's scaled across, a big map, onto like a small intimate campus. They could do some great things with that. Having just a smaller map, it all makes sense because you're on this boarding school campus. You can't go outside the grounds, but everything inside there is going to be loads and loads of detail, loads of things to do. I think it'd be good, a Bully 2. But to be honest, I'd rather have Red Dead. So ignore that. I think that's.
Shut himself down.
But if Bully comes out,
you got to be realistic. You got one or other, haven't you?
I would think so. I don't think they're going to do anything new. And the rumours have been that it's going to be Red Dead. Yeah, some sort of prequel. All I ask for Red Dead, this is the one request. So if they haven't finished it, put this in. Give me. John Marsden might be in it. It might be a prequel. So there's rumours that he's going to be back in it, which is fine. I accept that. But give me a character switch. I know people go, "Oh, it's just copying GTA." No, it is copying GTA because it's a good idea. Then give me a second character who's just this crazy fucker like Trevor. Because I didn't like running around Red Dead Redemption, tying up women and putting them on train tracks and killing them and shooting people and going mad because it didn't fit John Marston's character. in GTA 5, I said this before, Trevor gave me the freedom I needed.
The outlet.
Go and kill. The outlet, yeah, because it made sense. He was a fucking madman. I thought this all makes sense. So I want some sort of cowboy where I can just let loose and it won't make me feel like
run riot.
Yeah, not just turn the game off and not save it. Like I could save that progress and go, yeah, he was a fucking nutcase, and that's what he's done. He's caused havoc.
Good logic.
That's the one request, so I might have to email them quickly before
just give him a bell, mate. Just give him a ring.
Head of Dimp here.
Yeah.
Give him that.
Publicity game, mate.
Just a little heads up. We know you're developing Red Dead. Got it from got an inside source.
Yeah.
Ketchup.
Put this in for us.
Yeah, when you send us a copy of the alpha to give our feedback on.
Make sure there's 2 playable characters or it's not going to get a preview.
Yeah, I'm not even going to fucking play it. So
no, not interested.
What about one character?
I wouldn't mind that. If she's a psycho, I'll use her. Well, Rockstar just don't like to use them, do they?
Yeah.
That's the thing. They've not done a good job of building any female, not just characters, but people just like within the story that are strong. They're always just like the butt of jokes. So that's one of the criticisms people do have on that particular point. But there are 2 more points before we close down the podcast. I'm going to hand over to you, Hall, because there's some heavy ass shit that's gone down involving everyone's favourite Pokemon. Explain to me. I've read through it twice and I can't figure out what's happened.
What the fuck is all this about?
Try and explain this to this low level as you can, or high level as you can, sorry, because I can't understand what's happened.
Right.
Is it possible?
Essentially, when you think Pokemon,
yeah,
if you had to pick one,
Psyduck.
Most people are going to go Pikachu. He's the most well-known
fucking TV show.
Yeah, exactly. People know Pikachu and they know who he is.
Fair.
So there's been mild uproar in, I think it's Hong Kong and China and all of those kind of places. Basically, they are changing Pikachu's name, or changing the Japanese version or Chinese version, or whichever one, to
Fucking hell.
The translation will be Pika Yao.
What?
Right. And Yeah, so that'd be Pika Yao or Pika Jiao. So,
Yeah.
What's the homosexual anime called? Isn't that called Yao?
I don't even know. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I have no idea about anime. I have no idea about homosexual anime. So I can't help you with that, Adkins. I don't know where you've heard that from. I'm not surprised Dave Salmon's been ignoring your Battle.net requests.
Oh my god.
Watch Yowie with him, that's all.
Oh,
Is it? Yeah, so he's they're changing the name. And
I think it's in Hong Kong. I think it's in Hong Kong and China.
Yeah,
it's
Hong Kong and China, isn't it? And but essentially, they've changed the name, and people have fucking gone mental.
There were people outside an embassy.
There's people outside the embassy who are protesting.
You know?
There is a petition that's been started with over like fucking 100,000 signatures now, saying that it's an outrage. There's people coming out and going, Nintendo have to respect our culture and all of this bollocks, and it's like. It's their fucking intellectual property. Yeah. They can do what they fucking want.
Is there a reason for it? Like, does Pikachu mean something in their language, or
for what? And they've just been offending people for the last how many years? And all of a sudden it's been like, well, no, it's a
translation issue, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something to do with the translation from Mandarin into whatever it is. But yeah, it just seems bizarre they've chosen to do it now.
Yeah.
After Pokemon have been out for, it's nearly 20 years now, isn't it? Or something ridiculous.
20 years. About 25 years. Been about 93, I think, that first dropped. So it's been out a long, long time. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit mad. It was just a little bit of a chuckle, I thought. And I knew it'd be difficult for you to explain, so I thought I really would.
It's just all over the place. I couldn't possibly begin to explain anything behind it. I mean, I've read a lot of articles about it, and I can't quite understand why on earth they've done it and what's gone into it. No. It's bizarre, absolutely bizarre. Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing: it's drummed up an awful lot of publicity, and people are all of a sudden all talking about Pokemon just as Pokemon Sun and Moon are being released.
Yeah. It's worked.
20 years it is 1996.
Yeah, 20 years.
So there you go. I weren't far off then.
Who knows?
Mid-90s. I thought you said 10 years. Come on. Anyway, last thing I wanted to do, which I think is something we should have been doing about 60 episodes ago, is just have a quick look forward to the games that are being released. So as these drop on a Sunday, people tend to listen to them on the Monday, Tuesday, and I think it'd be good if we just run through what is coming out from one particular site. I'm not going to be able to fucking get every game, but I'm going to trust one site, and it is the Metro, believe it or not. It actually has a good gaming section called Game Central. I'm going to run through those, and then we'll get a tiny bit of feedback on whether anything on this list interests either of you. We'll close it down. Those that are interested can obviously know that when it's going to be coming out. So Monday the 6th of June, we've got something called Hearts of Iron 4 on PC. Tuesday the 7th, it's Soul Axiom on Xbox One and PS4. It's a digital download only. Wednesday the 8th of June, SteamWorld Heist, PS4 and PlayStation Rest It Soul Vita. Games released Thursday the 9th. This is one that's complete. This is why I wanted to do this, because this blew my mind when I read this. Thursday the 9th of June, you've got Fire Emblem Fates Revelations on 3DS. Thank you very much, Nintendo. And Mirror's Edge Catalyst on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC. I completely forgot that this was even coming out. I've not seen anything to do with the marketing. I've not seen any reviews there. I've not seen any trailers. I honestly couldn't believe it's coming out on Thursday. Unbelievable. Friday the 10th of June. Got Kirby Planet Robots on 3DS. Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter on Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC. Guilty Gear. It says XRD, which I assume is meant to be a play on words and be third. Revelator, PS3, PS4, and I'm not even going to bother pronouncing that last one. I'm going to go for it. Atelier Sophie, The Alchemist of Mysterious Book, PlayStation 4 only on Friday. Right. Out of those, there's only two that I'll be sniffing at. One would be Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter, and Mirror's Edge, but I didn't know it was coming out, if I'm honest. I'd forgotten. Adkins, anything you'd pick off at, because you played the beta of Catalyst.
I liked it, but it ran like a fucking donkey with one leg.
Well, PC version available.
Yeah, no, it was the PC version. Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, was it?
It did, I played on PS4, didn't I?
Oh, come on.
To the master race. But no, I'll have a look at reviews.
Review Piper Jobby, fucking spence it. Get the splinters out your arse, make your own decisions. My assumption is nothing there is going to be even worth looking at.
Guilty Gear.
I ain't getting
Might
that.
have a sniff.
No, none of that's going to bother me.
What if Guilty Gear had a press
real easy achievements?
Yeah, press B 5 times.
It'd be hard to do that because it is on PlayStation 3 and 4 only. So
fuck at that.
It'll be maybe a platinum trophy for you.
Yeah.
Not a great week for Hall in games coming out. There's 2 that I'm marking. It's Mirror's Edge and Sherlock Holmes out on Thursday and Friday, respectively, next week, or this current week as you're listening to this. And guess what? Next week will be the episode where we preview E3.
Cool.
It's here.
When does it actually start? Right in the Euros?
Tomorrow.
It starts. It'll start Sunday the 12th. There's press conferences. I think Bethesda and EA got press conference on the 12th. Yeah, it's an absolute disaster. England will be on Saturday, so at least that won't be stinging it. But all through that week, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, there's press conferences. So I will pull together a team to preview that particular piece of history almost. It happens every year. And no, we normally get a leak in the lead up to it, so maybe we'll discuss that. But that might be a bit of a long episode. I'll try my best to try and keep it concise, but this one's gone on longer than it should have. So it's time to close this down for this week. If you want to get in contact with us, there's several ways. You've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, you can go on the YouTube channel and leave comments. It's all /Dimp Digital. If you're listening to this on just a whim and you haven't subscribed, why are you
doing with your life?
Why? Yeah, if you are doing this, you just download this as a one-off. Why? I would like to know why, because I want to know what we're doing right. And B, surely you only listen to stuff you subscribe to in a podcast. And if you are going to do that, and you've got an Android phone, the one true mobile operating device, Player FM is the app to get for that. But we're on Apple, and we are on Windows. Rest their souls as well. They're going down the drain, which won't be around much longer. Do not forget about dimpdigital.com. That is the one-stop shop where you will get all of our content, maybe a little bit late, up on the site. Well, it's up to. Well, I'll let you tell Chappers that to his face next time you see him. If you want to say slacker,
on the radio.
No, what's that? Where's that come from?
Chappers. Radio.
Isn't that like? Well, it's not him, is it? We don't know. If we knew someone who worked on the radio, an actual broadcaster, I would have them host this. I wouldn't do it. They would be able to do a good job. Instead of me fucking bumbling through every week.
We could have Chappers. I might email him and say, Chappers,
darling.
Jump on. No paying it, and we will be late, and we'll be eating and sniffing and snorting.
Yeah, I was going to say. And by the way, you'll have to give me 20 minutes to get a microphone sorted, but otherwise...
Just spare a couple of hours a week, and you will absolutely love it. That's it for now, though, guys. Game over. It's goodbye from Hall.
Ta-ra!
It's goodbye from Adkins. Doodaloo. It's goodbye from me, Apps. Thanks for your time, and ta-da.
Bloody hell.
Christ.
Forever.
Come back with a vengeance.
Yeah, well,
what happened there? Why was that such a slug?
But it all went wrong. Basically, when you called me, it fucks things up, Paul. So in future, I call you.
Oh, I get aggravated. I get bored of waiting, don't I?
Yeah, but you don't appear online. What's that fucking tapping?
Oh, it's just me cutting my nails.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Put that on your pizza, Adkins. Bit of crunch.
Pizza's here.
Is it here?
Toenails.
Is it there?
It's not toenails. It's fingernails. I'm not an animal.
Do you, I've said this before, but I mean, I assume we all bite our toenails and don't.
I remember having this discussion with you so many times. Like you sick pup.
Why are these plates so cold?
Have you got a plate for Domino's?
Yeah, we're civilised people.
What the fuck is the matter with you?
What's the sauce? Where's their motherfucking wangs at? Oh, there they are. We'll just distribute them accordingly. Yep. Yeah, that's fine. Right. You give me a small one. Hang on. That's fucking tiny.
I've got 2 tiny ones and 1 big one. You've got 2 big ones and 1 small one. You've got a better deal.
All right, winner.
There is a domestic about to kick off live. You hear a thump, 2 thumps, him hitting her and her head hitting the floor. Do not be alarmed, listeners. Just what you do in weight rooms. If they step out of line, they get a backhander. And quite a firm one at that.